Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is a Game War in the Pacific Admit Edition. This is my play-by-email match against AsuRob, his Allied commander, and for me it is the Empire of Japan. Now it's October 14th, 42. The Allied army was able to break my block south of Bundaberg. Now I must prepare the counterattack or reinforce at least my position at Bundaberg. We will see. Unsuccessful attack here. The same at Santiago. I sent out my destroyers to hunt down the enemy destroyers. They're making yesterday's shelling at Rockhampton. Now let's see which destroyers are the better one. Arrow get a hit or double hit already. That is good. But my own destroyers, this you can see, are normally anti-aircraft destroyers. They have 4 turrets. And these are fleet surface destroyers. So my 4-inch shells have normally not much damage potential against surface ships. So even the 10 centimeter, you need a dozen hit to sink a destroyer. Of course, I need only 1 destroyer, torpedo hit to sink a destroyer. So that was successfully. And this is a night engagement, of course. Okay. I destroy 1 enemy British destroyer. That is okay, but yeah, maybe not enough to end this kind of threat in the future. Still more night bombardments. My M8s are sometimes able to hit the enemy, but most of the time they are more to disturb this strike and maybe force some aircraft back to the base. But more I cannot do. Now my task was running into the torpedo boats. Better my destroyer is fighting with torpedo boats than anyone else. Okay, but nothing happens really. This is still south of Bundaberg. A lonely torpedo boat. Allied are surprised, and then I can take out the torpedo boat. If you're able to surprise torpedo boats, then they have no chance. Dead. Good. So, daytime. That is much better for my destroyers now. Maybe I can get rid of some more torpedo boats. At least 1 hit. And this is a 5-inch. Torpedoes boats are disengaging. 2 hits. 1 ship is going down and 1 is burning. Maybe not more. I'm not sure what is the reinforce or the build rate of this PT boats for the Allies, but I guess at least a half dozen per month. Maybe not in 42, but in 43. Good. So 1 PT boat is down, and another one is, at least damaged. I-24 here at the coast of California can avoid all attacks. The next submarine attack. This is shallow water. But unluckily no counter. Here the same. In Kitty Hawk, so P40Es. K P40A. So the K is an upgrade, of course, and it's a real improvement. If it's enough for M4, M8, I would say no. But if you watch the other game of Rob against Xargun, then you can see that I guess he have more trouble with Rob, his air fleet. If he's using his air fleet a little more with tactic and logic. This air strike was not so successful. Rob still like to bomb very low. More damage and destroyed. But at least I would say there is sweeping and escorting. So it's not completely nonsense, unescorted stuff. And 4 engines, they don't really need escorts, you could say, if the numbers. And this is a strong, powerful 4 engine strike. So you can see, but of course it's still a victory for me. A lot of B-17s here. And they're all coming at 24,000. So they're flying more or less at the maximum altitude. And they're still running from a long range or on a base with not enough support. Maybe level 4 airfield or something like this. But my cap is now completely disabled. And I'm already low on supplies in east of Australia, so adding there tons of more fighters will not help me. It will only burn more supplies in short time. And then the army is completely dry. Good, tank attack. And You can see let's 50% attack and 50% close up and try to run them down. And I'm already in the next hack, so next time I can attack immediately. So I can come closer or faster to Townsville and maybe stop the enemy airstrikes from the north. This will help maybe Rockhampton Port to be less under threat. Good. Of course, number one priority is still if the Allies are going hard for Bundaberg now, or if they also are bleed dry and need rest and refit. So air losses are 71 to 13. Maybe was hard to really see it, but there was a lot of aircraft getting damaged, and damaged then cannot return to base or something like this. So you can see I lost M4, M5s, so land base and carrier edition, and the Allies lost a lot of K Warhawks, light Australian bombers, Kitty Hawks, also P-40Es, but on top also a lot of 4-engine and twin-engine bombers. So yeah, we coming very close to a 5-to-1 kill ratio. That is no, not good for the Allied side. Arrow went down, a British destroyer, but this is an A-class destroyer, so very light one, so it's second class. You can see it's also 120mm guns, so good for anti-submarine, but nothing more. So escort ship, endurance is okay. And some PT boats, but this is standard PTP boats, so yeah. Goodie. So how many pilots lost today? 5 killed. That was the M4 have armor protection, but the M5 is still only tougher aircraft than M2, but not protected. Good here, India and China, and there is no real activity in this area so far. So my push on Townsville will continue. You can see I shift back the infantry to help here. There is some movement here at the west, but not so strong. The biggest army is still here. I fall back and try to reinforce first Bundaberg. Cargo is fully loaded now. Little reinforcements is coming here, but this is only artillery. My destroyers was able to sink here some PT boats and the destroyer, that was fine. But nothing else. I keep always an eye here on Fiji and the source of Norfolk, if there's maybe anything coming or trying to sneak by. If it's going source of Norfolk, I have really no chance to intercept it, because I need my fleet at Nomaya to react for anything big coming. And I also don't have the unlimited fuel or supply situation, so I'm low on fuel and low on supplies here, so I can operate not my fleet long range more. Not in these days. Maybe in the future if I have something else under control, but now I'm really struggling to... I need a lot of fuel now in Japan, because Japan was also more or less at the lower end. You can see that Tokyo is still asking for more fuel, so I must prioritize Japan over the front line, more or less, to keep the heavy industry running, that I produce enough supplies, that I can ship the supplies to the front line. And once this is done, maybe in 2-3 weeks, I can also ship again fuel to Nomaya. I have still some fuel here left, but not unlimited. So you can see 300,000 tons of fuel in Palmbank is not really so much. Here is also nearly empty, so I ship all the time non-stop stuff out. So Tarakan is normally not the biggest producer. Miri have fuel left. but naja, 100,000 is easy loaded and disappear. And Medan is empty. So this are normally the 4 or 5 big. Medan, Palmbang, Tarakan, Miri, and Balikpapan, plus Surabaya, but Surabaya I would normally not ship out fuel. I have here 250,000, but this is more or less a fleet port, same like Singapore. I need the fuel to operate here for my East Australia Navy. But I call them all back because some will go for refit and November, so not more two weeks ago. Then I get here upgrade, and it's an upgrade I need because I can get deep water equipment for sub hunting with the cruiser. I don't know if it's really useful, but at least I can try. But I also get early warning radar. If this helps the cruisers is the other question. The next upgrade in summer of 43 will help me with surface radar. That is, I think, the really important upgrade I need. I also get here better anti-aircraft equipment. You can see here this is 5-inch, and I will change it to 4-inch. Of course, this will then not help more with surface fight, but for surface I have the 8-inch. Good. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.